Does this mean that budget PC gaming is back?
No!
Budget PC gaming. People have been trying to perfect this art form for years, but as game requirements increase, these budget gaming PCs become more outdated. I've been looking to get into PC gaming for a year straight, learning about all the parts and most importantly, how to make a budget PC, because I'm a broke high school student soon to graduate with no income other than YouTube. I take super chats, by the way. Not needed but appreciated. Not needed but appreciated. Hire me!
No!
I've always had a PC. How do you think I make these amazing scripts? But the problem is, I was daily driving an all-in-one Snow White HP PC, rocking a solid 8GB of RAM, Windows 10, and a 1TB hard drive. And the worst part about this PC, it was running an Intel Pentium G3170. Tell me you've ever heard of that CPU before. You haven't. This was a CPU that was released in early 2016 and was a 4-core, 4-thread processor with a base frequency of 1.60 GHz and a burst frequency of 2.64 GHz. Wow, that's amazing. Easy to say that this piece of shit could barely run anything. With the outdated hard drive screeching out in pain, making the PC take ages to boot, with the CPU being completely unusable for daily tasks. I'ma give you an example of how bad this CPU was. Back when I played through Half-Life 1 for the first time, I was getting lag spikes and complete FPS drop-offs. Sometimes it would drop to the low 20s. Can you even believe that? A game from 1998 is struggling to run on a modern day PC. Holy crap. Half-Life 1 is so notoriously easy to run that you can run it on a 3DS. What is going on here? Somebody even got this game running on a translator pen. On a translator pen.
This is amazing. This runs so good. It's not going to show up on the video, but this is running 60 FPS, no issues at all right now.
Don't even get me started on Half-Life 2. I had to look up game commands to optimize that to run a stable 60. Roblox became straight up unplayable and I was getting like 2 to 10 FPS in game. I don't know what Roblox added to their game that made it so demanding, because when I first got this PC, it handled Roblox like a champ. All of a sudden after 2023, it just stopped playing the game. This thing could barely even run N64 games. It was an absolute torture to even browse the web. So in 2025, I just said fuck it. I need a new PC. A good one that can actually play games and surf the web and can help me edit videos and can help me record videos. No more Chromebook CPUs, it's time to up the ante. I already knew about all the forms of budget PC gaming, but I decided to go with the cheapest one. Dell Optiplex pre-builts. You know, like office PCs. Dell Optiplex pre-builts have been the goats of PC budget gaming for years. Some people have built PCs in this way for as cheap as $100. I guess I could have went for the Lenovo P520 because they would have been better. If I get a 900 watt power supply with it, that would leave a lot of room for a GPU. They also come with 6-pin power connectors, and it's a lot more modern. But that would be around $300 to $400, and I needed something under $300. So I ran to eBay and looked for some Optiplexes, and obviously I didn't find any for a good price. Because of the Dell Optiplex's notoriety for being good budget PCs, or just good cheap PCs in general, a lot of people have noticed their worth and started selling them for even more money. That is completely absurd for an Optiplex. The Optiplex is known for limited upgradability, so it's a one-time PC. What do I look like paying over $300 or paying $100 for the base model PC and it's not upgradable at all? So I left eBay in shame. Then I go to another website, Shop Goodwill. Holy fuck, I sound like an EBT warrior right now, man. Shop Goodwill is one of the best places to find cheap things, and I found the Optiplex here. I found a Dell Optiplex 3020 for $14.99 before taxes and handling. And with shipping, taxes, and handling included, it totaled to $38.09. But here's the thing, it came with the complete system. Yeah, I basically bought a whole computer for $38.09. It was rocking Windows 11 Pro, an Intel i5-4590 4-core 4-thread CPU processor, 8GB of DDR3 RAM, and a 500GB hard drive. It also claimed that it came with a power cord and a Wi-Fi card, but I'll get into that later. This was the perfect price. And on top of that, it was a mini tower, not one of those bullshit small form factor ones. There was an auction going on for this bad boy and one person bid it on it. But if you paid attention and slide the Virgin goggles on, you could see the text, buy now for $14.99. I couldn't sugarcoat it enough. I ran to go grab my card. I closed that auction immediately and bought it. I don't even know what that one guy was trying to do. I don't know if he was trying to get it for cheaper, even though it was already cheap. But it's okay. His misfortune was my fortune. Now that I got a PC and it was on the way, I started looking for a GPU to turn this office PC into a gaming PC. I was researching the 3020 a lot during this time, and I knew that it had a 290 watt power supply 99% of the time. So I needed a GPU that didn't take up too much power but was also good. And I decided to go with the GTX 1650. It's an okay card for the games I want to play, so I started looking for one around my budget. And surprisingly, I got lucky. I found the GTX 1650 for $88.79. This GPU unfortunately needed a 6-pin power connector, and Optiplexes are notorious for not having 6-pin power connectors. So I'm gonna have to do some bullshitsu to make this stuff work. I bought a dual SATA to 6-pin connector adapter. I heard that these are pretty dangerous and have caught on fire and even broken some people's GPUs, but some people say they work perfectly fine if you don't get a high wattage card. So I don't know, just don't fucking stick a 5090 in there and you should be fine, bro. And on top of that, it's a GTX 1650 for Christ's sake. It doesn't draw that much power. I should be fine. Until the seller pulled a fast one on me. I don't know how he did this, or I don't know how he didn't notice, but the seller accidentally gave me a GTX 1650 Super, which if you didn't know is a pretty good upgrade, but it takes more power. It hasn't been a problem yet. I'll just wait until the power connector fries the GPU or the power supply explodes, who knows. And then the PC and GPU finally came, and I realized 3 problems with it immediately: the hard drive, the Wi-Fi card, and the power cord. So let's just start with the last 2. There was no fucking last 2. The Goodwill listing lied to me. There was no power cord and there was no Wi-Fi card. So I had to go run to Walmart, grab some bullshit Wi-Fi extender, and then run back home. And use that Wi-Fi extender by plugging it through Ethernet. And of course, it ran like shit. So I just bought a cheap but good Wi-Fi card and that was it. And then after that, I just bought a power cord off of Amazon, $7.99 with overnight shipping, and that's it. I don't count that to the total build cost cause I just don't, okay?
This also doesn't count because it just doesn't, okay?
But after I got all those parts assembled, I made a fully fledged gaming PC. And you could stop there if you want. If you like to have a cheap $126 gaming PC with a hard drive. But here's the thing, I fucking hate hard drives. It was my worst enemy in my old PC and it's my worst enemy in this PC too. So I needed it gone. I also wanted to upgrade the CPU because 4 cores is kinda outdated in 2025 according to some people, but 4 cores and 4 threads with no hyperthreading, not to mention only 8GB of RAM. So first I had to find a compatible CPU. The 3020 CPU socket is an FLGA 1150. So I had to find one that fit that socket and was pretty cheap. And that's when I landed on the Intel Xeon E3 1270 version 3, or V3. I felt that this CPU would be great for the cost and performance, and it was only $1449, and it was on par with the i7-4790 when it comes to performance. I also bought more RAM and thermal paste, and the best of all, a SATA SSD for $51. I can't believe SSDs have gotten this cheap, and it's not only a SATA SSD, it's a 1TB SATA SSD. And boom, my PC can run almost every game I want it to play perfectly. Let's start with the Wii U emulator just as a benchmark of power. You know, the Wii U emulator cemu. Fuck it, I'm saying CMU. Mario Kart 8 runs flawlessly as expected at 1080p, shadows on high at 200%, and ultra level of detail. I know that the game looks like it's in 720p, but that's just because I recorded it in 720p. The game on my side looked gorgeous. I set Breath of the Wild on the lowest settings to try and hit 60 FPS. But the stuttering! Pretty sure that this could run at a stable 60 if it wasn't stuttering so much. Which I'm 99.99% sure that's just an emulation thing, so I guess I'm just gonna have to live with it. I mean, it's not really bothering me, it's just kind of annoying. Let's get the easy ones out the way. GTA 5, easy. GTA 4, easy. Even though it's not really optimized well for PC, it did run pretty well. SWAT 4, obviously, it ran easily at 60 FPS. Fortnite, easy. Granted, it did take a couple minutes for the CPU to handle the game, but after those couple minutes were over, the game roughed itself out and I was getting a stable 60. Roblox, obviously easy. Oh, he's dead. Why didn't the game tell me he's dead? This game just has a habit of letting people dead. Just tell me that they're dead, please. He threw a grenade. He threw a grenade right in there. I don't know what I was trying to do. Minecraft with the best shaders that I could find that was reasonable, ran okay with stutters, but obviously regular Minecraft, Java, and Bedrock runs easily. Counter-Strike 2 runs with everything on low and with FSR. Honestly, it could run without FSR and with high graphics, but the stuttering got so unbearable, so I just said fuck it. I'm gonna blame the stuttering on the VRAM. Ready or Not is probably one of the hardest games I've tried to get to run on this PC. The PC just doesn't do too well with this game. I had to put it on the lowest settings and FSR Ultra Performance. Even with that, I still got frame drops in combat and bringing out that little magic wand thing. Opta Wand? I'll find the name somewhere. Opta Wand. Opti Wand? Opti Wand? Bro, you know what I'm talking about. Other than that, this PC is a huge upgrade than what I was usually dealing with. And it deals with everything I wanted it to deal with perfectly. Watch YouTube, do schoolwork, playing games. And not gonna lie, ever since I got this, my Xbox has been catching dust. Ever since. Like, I haven't touched it at all. The only reason why I touched it is because I wanted to play Marvel Rivals and it was taking up too much space on my PC, so I got it running on my Xbox instead. So, who wants it for free? Just joking. Go get a job, nigger.